How's it going, everyone? It's Liam Catterson here with another episode of The Boys. It's episode number 4, season 4, and just like that, after this, we'll be halfway done with this 4th season. I know it's only been a week with 3 episodes dropping in the first week, and then episode 4 dropping, well, yesterday in terms of my recording perspective, but yeah, I'm excited to get into this episode, see where things go for Homelander, because, of course, with everything that's been happening over the course of these past 3 episodes, especially in terms of just that just that hurt that he's been feeling, I would say, from comments about him getting older, to Ryan sneaking off to seeing Billy. There is a kind of mental detriment for him, and we had, well, after the mirror was smashed, we had him basically, well, his subconscious, should I say, basically telling himself he needs to go back to the start. So that will be very interesting to explore. Yeah, great episode though last time. We got certain answers, including with Frenchie, in terms of what happened to Colin's family, and we also got, well, a nice bit of bonding between Billy and Ryan, but also some dramaticness with Vault on Ice, indefinitely delayed, as well as, more, I guess, focus on Firecracker and how there is that animosity between her and Annie. So, yeah, but yeah, really, it's been really, really good stuff so far, has season 4 of The Boys. So I'm excited to get into this episode. So why don't we get into this episode of The Boys? It's episode 4 of season 4. Let's go. Chills. Oh. It says something when you got chills that he's brought what? Cake?
Plate, some forks. Thank you so much.
Is he gonna kill everyone and then have his cake and eat it?
I see some new faces, but a lot that I recognize. Frank and assistant director now, Marty.
Oh no!
I still remember what.
Oh my god, that is creepy. That is fucked.
What are you doing? Your father's condition meets the criteria for brain death.
Might not
What?
seem like it, but it is the most humane thing.
No
Mate, you're
way!
pulling his feeding tube so he starves to death, right?
Huey, it's what he wanted.
No way! Nah, no way! Oh, Huey, no way! I know what he's gonna do.
Huey.
B52 Expo.
I know what he's gonna do.
And get an
Coming down the hallway, so I just hid under my bed. All I saw was his ankle. He had these scars, all these burns, maybe.
Yeah, like the ones on your...
Maybe
Yeah.
that's what it was. I'm sorry.
How long is he gonna have to keep this? He's gonna have to tell.
Or just skip straight into Flounder Pounder Special.
I find you repulsive in a way that's difficult to quantify, and I'm fucking amazing at quantifying.
Oh, nah!
So?
Yeah, but you're one of the good ones.
Well, we are the new kids in the 7. Mm-hmm. Gotta look out for each other.
Yeah, exactly. We're on a bit of a back foot. Oh, what she... I'm very, very intrigued to see her game being played out, because she is pulling the strings here.
In this oven here, and
Oh, no.
you made the shot. You did a little fist pump to celebrate, and then you turned up the temperature to see if you could burn my skin. You remember that, right?
Oh boy, here we go, here we go.
Screaming in agony, and my tears just sizzled away.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I remember there was people standing here taking notes, but behind them, I saw you make that shot. It really was a great shot, Frank.
I was just doing my job.
There's that little comment like, oh, you shouldn't have said that.
This is my last shot. Why don't you go and watch from in there?
John, why don't we...
Homelander.
Yo,
Get in the oven, Frank.
I had a feeling.
I'm sorry. You're sorry? Now? Why?
Fire!
You were just doing your job, right?
Oh my god! I mean, the trauma was there for Homelander, and oh my god!
I bet you would have won.
Yo!
I forgive you.
By the way, for being my muscle.
Oh, I love this team up. I don't know why. Oh, heck in the hat basket.
Where's the talking gold? I'm sorry, but it's my dad. What else was I supposed to do?
Would he want this is the question you ask, right? Ow! Fight or yeah.
Get him out of there. Raise him.
Raise him.
You're the best dad I know him.
Ah,
Best fucking anyone.
Might be one of the nicest things you've ever said to me, but
yeah.
what if Ryan doesn't want to go?
Then you've got to make him.
Yeah, it's a bit of an ask, but he doesn't want him to be under Homelander's wing.
Who tickled your fancy and he tickled more than that, didn't he? Ring any bells? Here's a little keepsake snapped by the Broward County Sheriff's Department that you can stash in your wank bank. You and your little Bieber edging in the back of your RAV4 in the car park of Booker the Bedbar.
Whatever voodoo boss lawyers pulled to get your statutory charges dropped, I don't think they're
What?
gonna matter
Of
too
course
much to
she
the
is. Of
evangelical
course
audience back
she's a
there.
pedo.
You're gonna tell.
How about I just stand up myself?
Yo!
Fuck around and find out.
Starlight. Damn that smile. But that young man, he was 15 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
The moment of my greatest weakness was also the moment that pushed me to my eternal salvation. I was born again, and my sins
Of course she's gonna
were
milk
washed
this.
away by... And for those cameras, like none of it ever happened. Starlight's no hero. She never was.
I fucking hate her. Shit. Really is trying to paint Annie to be the worst person.
Got here. That is the most pathetic clapback that I've ever seen. And you know, if Homelander knew, that'll be the last shit you ever take.
Oh, yeah? If Homelander knew you took that V, he would flay you alive.
Looks like we both have a problem.
Always watching. You were always watching, were you, Marty?
Oh my god.
But growing boys have certain needs, shall
Yeah.
we say.
Yeah, I
So,
see where.
I figured out. And very sorry.
Yeah, but that's not gonna cut it.
What's done is done.
So was the other guy sorry.
Water to jerk off in front of us right now. Hey, guys, come on over here.
Oh, what's he gonna do?
Yeah.
Because he set the other guy on fire
We're
and
gonna
killed
laugh
him.
at
What's he
you.
gonna do here?
Okay? No, don't be shy. Take your pants down.
My god. This is
That's the
scary as
spirit.
fuck.
Your life is literally in your hands. Come on, squirt.
Yo.
Yes! Of course.
Oh my god. Oh! Fuck! Balls!
That's a fucking squirt, Marty.
Oh my god!
The cake's melted, I'm afraid.
Not the only thing that's
Please put him out of
melted.
his misery.
Shit.
forgive you, Marty.
Oh my god. He could have just lasered his brains out, but that is...
Can we talk in private?
Yeah. Come on, Huey. Oh, nice! Go on, Huey! Holy shit, Huey! Did what he had to do, but... Oh, isn't that what she said to Huey?
That she was pregnant. And she had an abortion.
Are those my fucking medical records?
What the fuck?
She was raised a Christian. She knew the difference
Oh,
between
Annie.
right and
Oh,
wrong.
what
She
the
knew
fuck is her...
So you finally came to the...
Sure, let's go. But yeah, I mean, I'm conflicted because this is surely what Sage wants, but this is... Fuck.
How's that for uppity, cracker?
Look.
Yeah, this is what Sage wants. It's so conflicting because, you know, she's got all of those supporters as Firecracker, and now Annie has just beaten the shit out of her. At the same time, it's warranted.
Get up!
Oh no, that worm is not really... Oh shit.
You killed 3 doctors and a nurse while you were at it, and then, just trust me, it was downhill from there. So yeah, everybody was terrified of you from your first breath.
But you weren't.
Yeah. Right.
Dear, that we would be disappointed in you.
Oh.
Your need for approval and for love.
Bloody
Brought
hell.
right in the best psychologists in the world. You developed the protocol.
The fact that he needs that
needs
admiration.
I'm sorry.
There's a lot of sorries going around here, but I mean... He hates this.
If you come to me again, I'll fucking kill you.
Can't blame him.
I itself. I don't want to go blind.
Ah! This is where I draw the line. Oh no.
Now, use the hammer.
The hammer. Fuck.
Tap, tap. Hey. I have another flavor town for you. My pussy.
Yes.
Could you not, like, get so fucking hammered or whatever? I mean, she technically did, but you get the idea. Like, have 2 bottles of whiskey or whatever, like, I mean, yeah, that'll fuck her liver up, I guess, but...
or angry.
If it was his kid as
I have to relive it over and over and over again. And my mom,
I feel so bad for Annie.
she won't return my calls.
Of course.
We're good.
Holy shit. Oh my god, Huey. Oh my god. That is... The fact he could have ran off as well. Right, he wanted this.
You fucking dog went.
Ah, you dickhead.
To have powers?
No. All it did was bring up the big day.
So
I'm
he's
telling
still...
you,
That's still in him.
quit while you're behind. You'll only make matters worse.
I'm guessing that explains why Ezekiel got popped like a zit. What the fuck?
fuck?
Oh, you snake! Yay, but... You know what? I'm just gonna say Anthony Starr killed it. Holy shit. Oh, I mean, I've got so many thoughts running through that episode. It's just insane. I mean... Huey's mum can go and fuck herself. Did she swipe that from... Because, yeah, she swiped that from Huey. I was wondering... Because unless she just happens to have a spare vial of V running around. She swiped that. Surely. But the thing is, though, she gave Huey's dad the compound V, and, yeah. And Huey made the conscious decision on not going through with it. I know, yeah, he might have gone all of his way to do it, to get it, to of course revert the decision. But I mean, that is okay. It must have been when she hugged, well, not hugged, but when she, you know, like before Huey went off. I don't know. She either had a spare vial on her, or she made a quick sleight of hand to be like, oop. So. But like I said, it was a conscious decision in terms of Billy, in terms of Huey not going through with it, and it makes sense why he was contemplating it, because he's his dad at the end of the day. He doesn't want to lose him, and the fact that he is, you know, practically at end of life, he's going to go above and beyond to make sure that but of course, Billy's, why say Billy? Huey's got a lot of heart in him, and. But yeah, I mean, that episode was, I mean, my favorite so far this season. I'd say probably one of my favorites of all time. I mean, just with how everything was. I mean, especially the Homelander shit. Jeez. Like I said in the episode itself, I don't think I've been more intimidated by Homelander in an episode of The Boys than I have been with this one. Oi. And then, of course, the whole Billy situation. I was wondering, is somehow the remnants of the compound, the temp V that he had last season, still kicking in him in some degree? But considering the fact that he went all Moon Knight, like I said, on Ezekiel, I think his name was, and the implication was it was him, but how do you fucking tear up, no, it's not how do you tear up someone who's a soup like Ezekiel. How do you pop, because he was like popped like a zit, wasn't he? So, hey. And then we find out 4 months ago he injected himself with some compound V. And he thought it didn't work, but I think it worked. So that makes him fully fledged soup. Oh, how the turntables. Give Mr. Starr an Emmy, right? I feel like that whole Homelander sequence for the entire episode was just perfect in terms of how it was executed, in terms of like whilst we were focusing on him, it was just getting more and more nervous. Like it was nervous from the very beginning. Like you could really feel the anxiety hit 100 in the room, right? And you just know, like, especially given the fact that he made a mention in the last episode, go back to the start, you just had a feeling that, oh, these people are not going to make it out alive by the end. So, yeah. And only Barbara was left remaining, so... But here's the thing, I think he lasered the door as well, because there were scorch marks there. So, here's the thing, whilst he was suffering in that... He's going to make her suffer, right? To the point where she is essentially begging for death, but no one's going to come. Because she'll be starving, she'll be thirsty, yeah. So, yeah. But, I mean, it was just very spine-chilling throughout the entire episode because, like I said, the way that the episode executed it, and, you know, Anthony's acting was just, you know, cherry on top of this. I feel like with the way that the episode was executed, like showcasing more and more nervousness about what he's gonna do, and then leaving on a moment where it's like, oh god, I like... what's he gonna do next? It was really, really well done because it was like you wanted kind of to see what unfolded, but at the same time you were just breaking it about what he was gonna do. But at the same time as well, you couldn't help but like sympathize in a sense. I mean, of course, it does not, you know, make his actions in present day or whatever justifiable. No way does it. But they essentially led him to, you know, what they did in terms of tormenting him, putting him through abuse, humiliating Homelander. They essentially made who Homelander is today. Now, of course, there is that idea as well that he is responsible for his own actions in the present day, but they lit the fire in terms of I mean, I say lit the fire, of course, one of the traumatic moments was, of course, him being put through hell and back, literally. But they lit the fire in terms of molding who Homelander is today. So, and you can't help but feel that whilst, you know, whilst it's important to recognize that it doesn't, you know, undo anything that he has, like, done in the present, it doesn't make him sympathetic and all of that. You know, what he's done in the present day is still fucked up. You can understand how fucked up it was, and how, you know, bad you felt for him as a kid, being put through all of these abusive situations. So, yeah. Because he was just being treated like, as if he was just a lab rat. This, you know, kid who was, who had these enhanced abilities and everything. They decided, you know what, we're going to be the worst people and just torment this kid. Just traumatize him, break him. So, and, you know, just going through the trip down memory lane with Homelander was just absolutely insane because he, like, some of the dialogue was just absolutely amazing, like, especially about the fact, you know, how it's very interesting how, you know, some people, like, there is one situation that one person can remember and the other who was also involved somehow forgets. So, all a matter of perspective. It was just very, very interesting seeing how his ways of dealing with the people that tormented him emulated. Of course, it would be far worse with, I mean, you can't really, it's trauma at the end of the day, but he would end up killing them, just based on the fact that they weren't a suit. He would emulate those abusive methods on his torturers. So, because that's what they were at the end of the day. They were torturers. They were abusive. There is no way to sugarcoat it. And you don't, you shouldn't sugarcoat it anyway. So, because it was messed up. And yeah, Homelander has been a real piece of shit and all of that. And he still will be after this. But it's not like he is Firecracker, where he is just going to be exaggerating certain stuff. That trauma is there for him. And he remembers it. He remembers it just like yesterday, with some of the stuff that he comes out with in terms of like remembering certain little details about what happened during the events of the torture. So he remembers every moment as if it was yeah. So and it was just really, really, yeah. It was just very, very interesting to peer into the layers of Homelander's torment and humiliation as well. Like when, of course, he was caught, masturbating and all of that, and yeah, I mean the way that he was humiliated. Yeah, it was again just building to how fucked up they made Homelander, really. So yeah, and it was and it was just a way that Homelander has. It was just the way that Anthony Starr just nailed it in terms of the acting and the intimidation. Like I said, you got chills over what he was going to do next. So yeah, it was just really, really incredible acting. It was very nerve-wracking. So, and again, I just hope he wins some kind of award, because, like I said, that was probably the most terrifying. And interestingly, yeah, it was the most terrifying I've probably seen in regards of Homelander in this tenure of the boys. But it was also a situation where there was a degree of sorrow placed for what he went through, because that's it, dude. You feel so bad for him as a kid for what he went through. Now, it will never justify what he has done in the present day, but I think that's the point, is to realize that, well, yeah, obviously you can't really condone what he's done in the present day. You can understand how fucked up those people were, by putting him through this, by humiliating him, by breaking him. So it was just very, very nerve-wracking. So yeah. But like I said, there was just so much in this episode that was just really impeccable. I mean, there was also like, in terms of the storytelling, there were scenes that were just like the lobotomy thing. I mean, I had a feeling in terms of the instrument bloodied and how it was like she turned off her brain. So yeah. But we did not need to see the process, did we? Of course they were going to show that, right? I should have been prepared. But yeah, I was just thinking, just do something low key. Yeah, it'll fuck up your liver, like getting drunk and all of that. But it's for my own benefit. Just I don't want to see. Yeah, no. Sage pulling the strings in this episode, because of course she was anticipating the idea of Firecracker getting her face smashed in, and deservedly so, in my opinion. So that's the problem, though. There is such a conflict in regards to, obviously, that whole scenario, because of course you don't want Annie to fall further into shit, especially with a lot of heat on her back with this anti-Starlighters campaign that's being pressed against her. And of course, when she was contacting Bobby at the end, her actions really spoke loud in terms of how much of a detriment that was, that was really to her. So, it's such a conflicting situation because this is going to make Annie look bad. And, yeah. At the same time, Firecracker deserves to die. So, it's just fucked up. I despise her. Like, the fact that she was a nonce and she was just taking that with stride and somehow, like, she even admitted it. Like, she even had she even had the idea of, well, you know what, I can, like, the people are going to be on my side anyway, so I'll admit that and be the bigger person, because there is also this whole idea of, like, especially with how Sorry was very, very paramount in this episode, and I'll get onto that in a moment, because it does entail, it does ride on from the whole Homelander situation, but it was also pretty prevalent in the whole Frenchie situation. But there is this whole idea in terms of Sorry for being caught. And the fact is, she was able to not just send that and admit it, and and her followers could be like, she's a big person for admitting that, and for seeing the light, because she did say that she saw the light and all of that. But it's also the fact that what was it she said about her Annie being 13 and blinded a person? Yeah, somehow that's worse. Somehow that is worse. But of course, that wasn't even the tip of the iceberg, because she really sparked a fire in regards to talking about Annie's abortion, and yeah, and how that really pissed off the people. So, like, pried into private details, and decided to expose that. Especially with how, she painted it as very contradictory to her beliefs and all of that, in terms of killing a child and all of that. So so she was able to, like, that's it though, she was able to yeah, she was able to completely yeah, she was able to completely spin this narrative to her advantage. The fact that she groomed someone and people decided to not bat an eye, and decided to listen to her more, talk shit about Annie, and further fuel that hatred against Annie, is just absolutely despicable. Because, yeah, it is. It's not something that is to be taken lightly, and yet the people did, because Firecracker, she gave she gave her defense, etc., and how she saw the light, etc., and how she was ashamed of herself, and yeah, she decided to throw Annie further into the cancel culture by talking about the abortion, by, just, because what was it, a 6-hour event, like, just essentially exposing Annie. Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, it's gonna further the the whole idea of the for the Homelander fans, it's gonna further the hatred against Starlight, and for Sage, she is watching this all unfold, whilst Homelander's numbers will go up. Especially with Annie beating the shit out of Firecracker. So yeah, but Sage was low-key enjoying this, but at the same time, it was a very, very big boost to Homelander's numbers. So because of the fact that she, because people will say that Starlight attacked Firecracker for no reason. So yeah. It was just messed up. The way that she absolutely, yeah. The way that and you felt so bad. That's it though. You felt so bad for Annie, and you weren't surprised about the way that she absolutely decided to tear her a new one. It was satisfactory, sure. But the problem is, of course, that it's going to be a huge detriment to Annie, that people are going to watch on, and yeah. So that is the kerfuffle that we're in, is the fact that you want Firecracker to have her face smashed in. But yeah, Annie, it just looks bad on, it just furthers the whole anti-Starlighter agenda, really. So yeah, sucks. We got the French. Yeah, we finally got, like, I can't. That's it for Colin. You can't really blame him for how he reacted, I guess. And again, the whole sorry situation. Now, here's the thing: Frenchie, he does have genuine guilt, and he is a character that we all that we don't really say that he can go fuck himself to, and all of that, because we have grown with Frenchie over the course of these past 4 seasons and all of that. So and obviously, like Kimiko, there is going to be huge regret. There is going to be that moment on, if I could turn back the clock, I would try to undo this, because I don't like how I don't like not just how monstrous I was, but how innocence had to pay the price for it. So but yeah, I mean, like, in Colin's perspective, the whole sorry thing is not going to work. And that's it though. Like, sorry, this is what I wanted to talk about, how sorry is an empty word in this episode. Not that, like I said, Frenchie doesn't mean it, because he does. But in Colin's perspective, that's not going to bring his family back. That trauma is still going to be there for him. And yeah, that's why it's an empty, like he even said, if I see your face again, I will kill you. So sorry doesn't cut it in Colin's perspective. Now let's go back to the Homelander situation, where you had those scientists and all of that say sorry, but that's not going to undo the trauma that Homelander went through. And for Homelander, there is this whole matter on so, like, now that I am so powerful, and I've got this ability to wipe everyone out and all of that in this room, you're only sorry because you just want to live. You're not sorry for what you've done to me. You're sorry just because you want to get out of jail free card. Because, like I said, the moment he arrived, when those elevators doors opened, all those scientists and everyone working there was like, why do I hear boss music? And so for Homelander, for them, because it was Frank, I think his name was, the guy he incinerated, and Marty, they both said sorry because they knew what was going to happen. Especially Marty, who, heard Frank plead for his life. That wasn't going to cut it. So Marty gave a shot at it, and yeah, so but that's it though. Sorry is an empty word. It's not, I'm not sorry for what I've done, for Homelander's perspective. Sorry is just code on please don't kill me. So yeah, it's no regret whatsoever. For Homelander, they are monstrous, what they've done to him. And no amount of apologies is going to take back the trauma, the pain, the humiliation, etc., that they put him through. So, yeah. Like I said, for Frenchie, it's a bit more... There is obviously a lot more sincerity than the people that tortured Homelander. But again, you have to look at it from Colin's perspective. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, it had to come out that revelation, and yeah, I mean, I can't say I'm surprised with the way that Colin reacted. Sadly, I mean, I say sadly. Frenchie didn't want to ruin this, but it was not going to work out with, what happened to the family. So, yeah. But yeah, and the whole Huey situation was also really, really, sad to go I mean, it's sad because, like, for Huey, this entire episode, I mean, props to him for putting up a fight against that Shining Light member, of course. But for Huey, it was a sad episode because, I mean, not just, of course, did the revelation of his and Annie's child, and the abortion that they both agreed upon, not only did that come to light, but of course the main focus for Huey in this episode was his dad, he was going to die, so, yeah. I did love the whole reconciliation, I guess you could say, of A-Train and Huey. 4 seasons. And you have you understand why Huey would have every right. Like, it all started with A-Train running through Robin. And Huey's understandably harbored such hatred against A-Train. And so it comes to the point where Huey wants to ask A-Train for a favor. And he was even going to say, like he said, I was going to say to go and fuck yourself, but he chose to be the bigger person and forgive A-Train. So what I found very interesting was A-Train could have, like, sped off when before Huey said, wait, I do forgive you and all of that. He could have sped off, but I think he low-key wanted Huey to, like, especially with the A-Train redemption arc that we have, I guess, been on this season. Like, you go back to episode 2 and all of that, and, certain reluctancies that A-Train has had. I think he wants to be a better person, and he wants this forgiveness. So, yeah. But at the same time, you're just thinking, it's not going to happen. But it's that low-key want, isn't it? It's the hope that kills you, I guess. So, yeah. But it was just, yeah, it was really, really nice. So, yeah. It was just really, really nice to see, that handshake. I just worry that A-Train is not going to survive this season. I feel like there are so many death flags for A-Train. I mean, he nearly died last season, of course, but I feel like with him taking the compound, Homelander's definitely going to notice. Him and Ashley working in cahoots. Ashley, I just took a shit in his toilet and not flushed it. Good move, Ashley. Yeah, that little alliance that they had. And just like I said, the whole redemption arc in itself, I just fear for A-Train's days. They are being numbered. So, yeah. But, yeah, this was a really, really superb episode. Like I said, probably my favorite this season. Probably one of my favorites of all time. Like, all the stories were tantalizing. Even Billy and the mystique going on there in terms of, him, I guess, becoming a suit now because he blacked out. And yeah, like I said, I was wondering, is the temporary V that he had last season still somehow kicking? Because otherwise, because he was like, did I do that? And I was just thinking, unless he, what the hell has he done? Because this is surely on him. But he blacked out, and then he was like, yeah, it was literally like Moon Knight. So, yeah. And now we know that he took some compound V. That might have kicked into his system when he blacked. I don't know. But it is very, very exciting. So, yeah, a lot went down in this episode, and it was just really, really amazing. So, yeah. But that was The Boys. That was episode 4 of season 4. Superb stuff, especially from Anthony Starr. Give him all the awards. Yeah. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!